Hey, how's it going everybody? Martin with Bellevore Auto Spa. Today's video is going to be a review on Adam's Graphene VRT. As you can see, you've seen on my channel, or you may or may not have, I've already done a review on many of Adam's graphene products. VRT is one that caught my eye, not because, I've already got graphene tire shine, but I wanted to see how this compares to graphene tire dressing, excuse me. I wanted to see how this compares, because as far as I understand, Adam's VRT, their original VRT, is a water-based product, where the tire dressing or the tire shine, the original tire shine, I believe the graphene as well, is a solvent, oil-based, whatever you want to call it, product. It's not water-based. And from what I find, typically is water-based gives you a nice satin finish, where petroleum-based is another term I hear, has more of a glossy finish. So we're going to see if that's the case. I'm going to see how this does on trim, and then we're also going to see how they look side to side on tires. Now, if you were wondering, I believe VRT stands for vinyl, rubber, and trim, meaning you can use it on, it was designed for those surfaces. So we're going to be testing it on trim and rubber. I don't have any vinyl necessarily, but vinyl and rubber are very similar materials, so you get the same look. So we'll see how it does on a rubber tire, of course. So I'll show you guys the back of the bottle. This does have a good, pleasant scent. But if you want to read through that, go ahead and just pause the video. It's got a green apple scent, so they say. It's still a refreshing scent. I don't know if I'd call it green apple, but still a good scent. Here's the instructions. Basically, you want to clean and prep the surface. Apply. It says wait 10 to 15 minutes, and then level. So that's a long time to wait, but I guess we will do that. So first thing is I'm going to apply it to some plastic type trim just to see how that looks, and then we'll apply it to the tire side by side with graphene tire dressing. So let's head over to the trim piece. I'm going to tape off a section and we'll see how that looks. Okay, so the trim piece that we're going to be using is my shop vac. The reason for that is my own personal car, all my trim is ceramic coated, so I don't have any beat up trim to really show you on a car. But this is the same type of plasticky textured material you find on cars, so I figure that'll do good enough. So anyway, self-explanatory. Apply some drops. Now this is a very gel-like formula, so apply some drops to your, I like to use hex grip applicators. You can use whatever applicator you want. And then simply swipe it on. All right, simple as that. And yeah, it's got that nice green apple scent, as they call it. It says to let it set for 10 to 15 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and take the tape off. In the meantime, while this is drying, we'll apply it to the tire as well, and then we'll come back to this. So let's get it applied to the tire. Okay, so here's our nice clean and prep tire. So we're going to do VRT on the right side and graphene tire dressing on the left side. They each have their own applicator, so let's do that. Here's the applicator for VRT. Again, you want to make sure you're applying it to a tire. It's nice and clean. I scrubbed the crap out of this thing with wheel and tire cleaner. The rubber is pretty clean and dry. So tire, you might want to add a bit more. Add as much as you think is necessary, really. You know your car better than anyone else. Tire, whatever. And what I like to do is I like to dab a few sections first and then work it in. Alright, so applying tire shine is pretty straightforward. Nothing too special about it. Now this doesn't say anything about layering, so we'll just see how one layer looks. We'll just see how the one layer looks. And you know what? I'll probably do two, so we'll give it the 10 to 15 minutes that it wants. Okay, that was VRT. Now we do Adam's graphene tire shine, excuse me. So I've already done a video on graphene tire shine. Here it is. And here's a separate applicator we will use for that. The graphene tire shine is a lot more liquidy than VRT. It's not that nice gel. So again, apply the same way. And this is a nice primed applicator, so we're going to get a lot more on here. Okay, we got that done. Now I think it's been about long enough through the power of video editing magic. So let's go back to that plastic trim piece. We'll wipe off the excess and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so let's wipe off the excess, which I don't really think there is any excess. And I mean, no, nothing really came off there. See what difference that makes. And you can already see without me putting the light on it, but yeah, it gives it a much darker, richer look. The plastic looks, you know, brand new. It doesn't look all worn and tired out anymore. Now, this being a graphene product with reduced graphene oxide, that's supposed to last longer than your standard trim dressing. So time will tell. I don't really have a way of testing it out, so I apologize. I still have yet to meet a tire shine or a trim coating where the shine lasts a long time. But if your plastic's really dried out, this will definitely help it out. So that is how it looks on trim, guys. Hopefully, focus again. There we go. Looks pretty good, honestly. So let's go back to the tire and we'll get that second layer applied. Alright, so here we are back at the tire. So let's do our second layer of VRT. Add a little bit more to the applicator. This is the VRT applicator. I made sure that they are marked so I know which one's different, or which one's which, I should say. And we'll dab it on. And wipe it in. Alright, and now we will do another layer of the graphene tire dressing. Let's spray a little bit more on here. And apply it on. Now just at first glance, the graphene tire dressing definitely looks glossier. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Do you like glossy tire dressings or do you like a matte finish? Let me know in the comments. Me personally, I like a nice matte finish. Okay, so we got 2 layers on what was a fully cleaned off tire. And generally, if your tire is that clean and you want to, you're starting fresh, you do want to apply at least 2 layers of the dressing, because a dried out tire seems to absorb a lot from the first layer. Now if you're doing subsequent applications after cleaning your car, 1 layer is normally fine. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back to it. We'll wipe off the excess and we will compare and see how it looks. Alright, second layer has had enough time to dry. Excuse me. So let's wipe off the excess. I don't really think there's going to be much to wipe off. Not really, it feels completely dry. It's a little bit. Okay. And I'll use the other side of the towel for the tire shine side, and the tire dressing. Alright, and there is none from that. That one dried completely. Okay, so let's take the tape off and we will take a closer look. Now guys, keep in mind this is an old, worn tire. It's got some crap fused onto the sidewall that no matter what I use, what solvent cleaner I use, the crap won't come off, and I'll point that out. I'm just saying because it's not going to show completely even, but taking a look right here, this side does seem to be darker, richer. It's not as shiny, I guess, but this side seems to have a more matte finish. But right here is an area I'm talking about where the tires just got some crap that won't come off. But look at it compared to the middle, definitely got a nice finish. So let me bring it in closer. Okay, so right here on this side, this is a graphene tire shine, and ignore this piece right here. That's something that won't come off the tire. Right there at the top too. But you got a darker, kind of shinier look to this side, I guess you could say. Then we go to the other side, we got a more natural look to it. It doesn't look like, you know, like a dressing has been applied per se, but it just looks like a natural, clean, kind of satin matte finish. And around the letters too, there's some crap stuck on there. But look at these, you know, these areas around here. That's what we're really focused on. But yeah, which one do you guys like better? And, you know, it might vary tire to tire, honestly. I like the look of the Adams graphene tire dressing. VRT looks okay, but you know, you take your pick. You choose which one's the best. But there you can really get a good look, compare them side to side. And ignore this down here. I keep saying to ignore pieces, but let's, you know, focus on the middle, then the left and right. You can see the difference between the two. It's not a significant difference, but it's noticeable enough to hopefully help you make a decision, you know, which one you want. Anyways, let's go back in for our final thoughts. Alright, so my final thoughts on Adams Graphene VRT. I think, you know, it's a good product. I like that it's more gel-like. I feel like that's easier to control when applying it to trim, things like that, less likely to get drips and runs. This contains reduced graphene oxide, which is supposed to make it last longer. It may last longer than their original VRT, but I don't have that to test out, so maybe you might know. But I like the look that it gives. I mean, I applaud Adams for introducing graphene into their products. I know it is a buzzword, and as you can see with some companies, their graphene and ceramic products are complete crap. Other companies are pretty good. Adams has stepped it up, and they've shown, you know, the graphene stuff compared to their standard stuff or their standard ceramic stuff is a step above. It's not a huge step above in my opinion, but it is a step above with the slickness and the look, especially the graphene detail spray. But yeah, guys, I think, you know, if you're looking for just an all-around, you know, tire dressing, trim dressing, vinyl dressing, this is definitely a solid choice. The graphene tire dressing on surfaces that aren't tires, it's oily feeling because, again, it is a petroleum-based product, I believe. This is a water-based product. It's not really as oily feeling. I mean, this does dry to the touch, but I wouldn't put it on anything that you're going to be, you know, in contact with. This you could probably use on the interior if you wanted to. Personally, I like these types of products for the exterior, but that's just for my car. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I appreciate you all watching. If there's any products that you're just dying to see reviewed that haven't been, you know, reviewed to death already, comparisons, something like that, let me know. If I get enough requests, you know, I can definitely make it happen. And if you're interested in any of these products here, including the applicators, check the description below. I'll put links there. And if you buy anything through those links, it supports the channel, so I always appreciate that. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.